Hi, everyone. I'm back with Adam Stark, and we're here to do rapid fire. Hopefully, we get him to laugh and make fun of himself a little bit. So, all right, Adam, let's dive right in. What are you reading or listening to right now that the audience might be interested in?
The Book of Joy. Get involved. I recommend audio version of it.
Okay, you were emphatic about that one, so that's good. If you could meet any person for dinner, who would it be and why?
I'll define that as someone alive, and I want to say Elon Musk. I think what he's done between SpaceX and Tesla is absolutely incredible.
And I'm glad you said that because other people have said it too, but maybe not in the same thing. Can you go a little deeper? Is there anything else you want to share with that? I think I understand kind of the way your brain works, so I'm curious to see what kind of exploration, no pun intended, you're looking for there.
I'm very intrigued by, Tesla. I'll start with Tesla, coming into a legacy industry, right, where you have your Fords, your Toyotas, et cetera, global companies that have been around for centuries. He comes in with Tesla and really changes the marketplace, right? It forces everyone to create electric vehicles. So I think that's pretty powerful. And then the space element, I think that's self-explanatory. You have the individual that's challenging governments of the world in terms of ability to, launch rockets into space. I'd love to pick his brain.
Can you imagine Henry Ford and Elon in the same room and see what that conversation would lead to? Oof. What movie could you watch over and over again?
Wow, that's, for me, what's really funny is I've been stuck on watching the Sean Ryan Show as my quote unquote movies. It's a podcast, unless he has YouTube. That I'm watching that over and over again, every release, going back to ones I haven't listened to. Just absolutely incredible stories.
What sport would you have competed in if you were in the Olympics? Or maybe you were.
No, it was not. Let's see. I think running. Running's pretty cool.
Right. Are your parents still alive?
Yes.
How do they describe what you do for a living to their friends and neighbors?
Well, that's a great one. So my dad definitely understands, knows, so he'll be able to.
He still hasn't disowned you, huh?
Right. Exactly. He'll say construction management technology, and that's fair enough. My mom, that's a great question, and I have no idea how she would explain it. She'd probably say real estate technology, which is close enough to give her credit, but I don't know much more than that. I want to give a plug to my wife, though, who has the sales pitch down pat.
Okay, and so what does she say?
So she'll say a construction management platform for real estate developers or general contractors. It will simplify, it will streamline processes across project stakeholders.
So you just have her. So do you just have her riding in elevators around New York, giving that pitch?
I mean, yes. Whenever possible, yes. Give her some business cards.
Yeah. Hey, this one's a little bit more cerebral, so I want you to put your thinking cap on. What did you learn recently? Like a real aha moment?
I'm going to go back to the Sean Ryan Show because, again, it's just really, it's deep conversations that are really impactful from veterans, typically, from the special operations community. And it was a lot of the aha moments were a lot of self-empowerment, we'll call it, where it kind of revolves around this concept of extreme ownership, which is a book written by a veteran. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that book has impacted me greatly because I think it's just so important. If you recognize something exists that's bothering you, or that could be better, or that whatever it is, you recognize it exists, you therefore have the opportunity to do something about it. So do something about it. And it's really interesting to read that book, understand it from Jocko's perspective, and then listen to all of these other veterans kind of effectively repeat that in their own versions. And in hearing that be repeated in different versions from different veterans, it makes it easier to kind of absorb it and apply it to yourself. Because again, you're getting different perspectives that you could plug into and out of. And that's been really powerful, I think, is just that concept of extreme ownership, hearing it in different capacities.
That was one of the more unique summaries that you just gave, because there's naturally, you can imagine in like our world, Jocko and Leif and all the students, if you want to call it that, a lot of people resonate and relate to it. But the definition that you just gave was probably one of the best ones I've heard, because you summarized it and then kind of had like an output to it. And so thank you for doing that, Adam. Next one, the first thing that pops in your head. What is your fondest memory as a kid?
Playing outside, just kicking it outside, whatever that may be, just running around doing nothing, playing sports, just outdoor stuff. Easy.
Do you have a favorite quote?
Wow, you know what? I definitely do. But I'm laughing because putting me on the spot like that, it just completely goes out of my mind and ability.
Good. I'm glad you're uncomfortable. That's my job.
No, yeah, amazing. I'm laughing at the rapid fire questions doing its thing. I would love to repeat it. Anytime I'm put on the spot with like a name, repeating something like specific, terrible at it. Terrible. So you got me.
If it comes back to you, all right, I'm going to switch topics then.
Yeah.
I always like doing this one in two parts. Are you a foodie?
I love food, but I'm not so picky about food. So however you wanted to describe it.
Well, it's kind of two questions. One, if you're a good cook, what do you love to cook? Two, on the other side, I always ask these two questions, so you can answer it any way you want. That's one. Two is, all right, if you love, like, you're going out pleasure, what is that one place, that one food, that one thing that just puts you in that really good spot?
Awesome question. Yeah. All right. So food, I cook almost literally all of my meals. I'm going to do a plug for an Instant Pot for those who are not aware of this device. It is a game changer for cooking. You literally can throw anything you want into it and it'll produce great food. You can do anything from, your rice, vegetables, proteins, put it in one, setting, let it cook it for you. And it's a pressure cooker that, air seals and cooks everything at the same temperature. You only need one pot essentially, right? So it reduces kind of the necessity for cleanup. You don't have to watch it, right? So you don't have to worry about like boiling water or changing. It's just such a great device. I should be a sales rep for them. So that's my cooking go-to, and it's really any and all things that go in there. I do a lot of like grain types like lentils, a lot of veggies, a lot of different, clean proteins. So I'm very...
Yeah, all back to your wellness platform. And it makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So come on, the other side, what's your guilty go-to pleasure outside of that?
My pleasure is finding a new restaurant, like meaning new to me restaurant that does the trifecta of great service, great atmosphere, and great food. That's just so awesome when all those things hit off.
I like that answer because most people go right to the tangible part. You hit on the intangibles of service, ambiance, the feel of the place, the energy. Mm-hmm. That's cool. Thanks, Adam. Let's see what's next. Hey, what's the best advice you've ever been given?
Wow, that's a great one. I think it's the advice of just keep moving forward, right? It's one step, one foot in front of the next. Keep moving forward, keep going. I'm gonna stay with that. It's just it's so basic and it really applies to so much. Whether you're in hard time or an easy time, gotta just keep going forward.
What would you like to do if and when you retire, young fella?
Wow, I think that's really easy for me to say. One is I would like to expand on my wellness practice, meaning just spend more time doing that, right? If I'm retired, that means more time to do it. Continue traveling. I love to travel. So a combination of those two is definitely my answer.
And last question, do you have a guilty pleasure?
To have a guilty pleasure. Yeah, you know,
Other than working out and being a wellness freak and all that, come on, you got to have, what's that one thing that lets Adam's guard down?
yeah, this is where I'm getting at is, the reason I don't bring like, typically I don't have like junk food in my home is because, yeah, it's a guilty, obviously, right? It's a guilty pleasure. But like sometimes we'll have it. I'll just have, usually on a weekend, I'll just have a day, a night, whatever. I'll go for it. That's my guilty pleasure.
Yeah, good for you. Well, that's a wrap on Rapid Fire. So thanks, Adam.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for doing that with me.